And also in this game, we had the Springer injury, which I don't know.
Well, he's not hurt. Apparently, he's tired and fatigued because it was hot, and he's played 3 games in a row.
I mean, he's like how I would be going in to play baseball again. If I played 3 games in a row, I would be the exact same way.
Here's the thing. I think he's still hurt. And here's the thing. I'm fairly certain he had a setback. Because remember when he was supposed to play? And then he just didn't play. But it wasn't that he was hurt against the Nationals. It was that he just wasn't ready yet. I call bullshit.
Yeah.
Now, clearly, you need only 1 quad for baseball because he hit a 470-foot bomb. But this is concerning. Like every time he stumbles out of the box, you know what I mean? Anytime he goes to first base, your DH, your pinch running for him in extra innings when Randall Grichuk hits that go-ahead single, Springer wasn't on second base. They had pinch ran for him with Santiago Espinal. You pinch hit for him today in a close game. You had the lead, but in a close game, pinch hit for him again. Again, pinch hitting Joe Panik. At DH.
Charlie doesn't need a lot of motivation to put Panik in the lineup.
He loves Joe Panik at DH. That's just his go-to for some reason.
And he's like, you know what? Take the rest of the day. We got a guy for this.
I hope he's fine, but according to Wilner, it was just fatigue. But we'll see. Also, allegedly, according to Wilner, it's going to be Matt's K. Ray Ryu against Oakland. I'll believe the Ryu thing when I see it. Because they said he wasn't missing a start, and then they put him on the DL. So I know he's throwing off flat ground right now, but I'll believe it when I see it. I'll believe any of these Blue Jays updates when I see them.
Yeah, that's the position we're in.
We need him because I think you said it before the pod. Like this bullpen is starting to pitch a lot. Again, we're starting to see it, and they're delivering still. But
Charlie's gonna burn these fuckers out. Exactly.
Yeah. We can't keep with these bullpen days. Like we had 2 of them this week.
I'd also like to point out that, they said that they activated Pearson, but assigned him to AAA because the results aren't there yet. Remember when I came on this podcast and said that the results don't actually matter because it's like spring training and it's just stretching them out and what mattered was the amount of pitch? So what the fuck is going on? Are we screwing with his service time? How bad does he look? You know what I mean? Is he throwing 91? Because apparently he hit 100 in the rehab start. So what? This Tommy Milone, that's better. Like what?
Want to know?
Well, service time now is out the window. Like you can bring anyone up.
It's already started. Right?
I don't get what's going on here. Here's the thing. There is some service time fuckery that can be had. You've seen it with guys that did play last year, where they were held down for longer periods because that they got their debut last year, but you can still get years of service or pushback, arbitration, and just things like that by screwing with them. And I almost wonder if that's what's happening now.
Trying to get Super 2 or whatever.
Yeah, what's going on? Why are they?
It can't be performance. I don't believe that either.
Because they need him. They DFA'd. I would like to point out though, kudos, they DFA'd Tanner Roark.
Yeah.
I've been on the fire him into the sun train for a long time. And they did. So I'm happy about that. But
they did with Troy Tulowitzki. They got him out, and we were saying, why haven't they done that with Tanner Roark yet? And they did. So good on them.
Working back the Tulo thing. Nice, Tony. Nice.
Just relating to previous.
Tulo made a fuckload more money too, right?
I think they just finished paying off at Tulo.
No, this is last year. Where it's a little bit less.
I think this is the year where it's $5 million because it was the buyout. You know what I mean? Where this was the final year where instead of the full 20 or 18 million, I think it was 18 last year. This was the year where it was 16 or a $5 million buyout. I think that's what this year was.
Yeah, that's what it was.
But it's just, I don't know, man. The rotation needs help. They desperately need help. I'm starting to get worried about Pearson. Now, granted, we were worried about Vladdy, and it's going pretty well.
Well, maybe we weren't worried about Vladdy for an injury reason.
Yeah.
Right.
We were worried about Vladdy for performance, and I don't think we were that worried. It was more this Pearson thing. It's the second injury, right, of his major league career.
Yeah, and it's okay. It was groin. It's not that bad. Then there's the setback, and then I was talking with you guys. I thought they were going to take this as an excuse just to push his innings back, to protect his arm and all that kind of shit. And now I wonder, is it that? Is it service time? Like, what's happening here? Because the whole, like, that was a farce. The whole he's active, but because we were told he was coming back. You know what I mean? That he was supposed to be on this team. He's activated, but is signed to Buffalo.
Yeah, teams don't usually say stuff like that. Usually it's just like now he's getting some rehab starts. It's not usually like he's off the injured list, but he's in. It's just I don't know what they're doing.
Right? Like I found that interesting that's how that whole thing was worded.
I don't know.
Also, wasn't there hope that he would start the season with us?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like early in spring training, at least.
Yeah, it was before he had his setback.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's the thing. That was like. That's what I mean. Like, what is going on? And it's not like we're seeing guys knock the door down. You know what I mean? It's not like they've had all of these great performances from a different kids. We're seeing bullpen days on a regular basis.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That bullshit about stretching Trent Thornton doesn't seem to be true because he just pitches 2 innings. That's it. Maybe it's because he's not good enough to be stretched out to be a starter. That could also be it, but.
Yeah.
Well, now are they going to hope Ross Stripling's that guy? Like, give him 4 innings an outing and deal with that.
You guys know where I want Stripling. I want him to be the swing man at the end of the bullpen.
Oh, that was Rourke in the Sun.
No, I want him in this. Yeah, exactly. Tanner Rourke, I wanted to fire in the Sun. Stripling is your 7th, 8th reliever as the guy who can make a spot start, who can come in to mop up when the game's getting away from you and kind of keep it in line. You know what I mean? I like him in the role that they've been using Tommy Malone. Because Stripling, I think, can be used in that role and actually be useful.
Yeah. Like, if we could get 4 innings out of Trent, that would be cool. We only get 2. So, like, I don't know.
Like, so, I don't know. And Stripling at least has a plus curveball. Like, curveball looks good. Fastball's 93, 94. If he's in the bullpen, he's pitching like an inning or 2 less. Maybe it's 94, 95. Who knows, right? Like, it's just he's got stuff that I'm kind of interested in. So
the one thing about Pearson, because you were saying how you didn't want to ideally have him build up in the majors and, pitch maybe a 4-inning game. Hopefully with this, maybe he comes in full strength and he just pitches like normally. Like
that's the only thing. Like the only thing I would hope is that he makes his first appearance. I mean, God, the season today is the 2nd, so I think the season starts tomorrow in Buffalo. It starts this week, anyways. I think it starts on Monday, though. I think they play their first game tomorrow. But yeah, like he needs to have like a 6-inning start and then throw 100 pitches the next time. I don't know how many innings he goes, but like then throw 100 pitches, like 80 some odd pitches in this start and then 100 in the next one. If you're gonna if that was the reason you sent him to Buffalo, okay. But again, like you didn't say that. You said it was performance based, which makes no sense.
No, because with those outings and like you're just working on shit. You're not trying to pitch to get results. You're pitching just to make yourself rebuild.
It's spring training, basically.
Yeah. I don't know. It is kind of concerning, and adding on this Springer news, and they timed that Springer news perfectly with the Ryu. Like, Ryu's gonna start, but Springer, and everyone kind of like, oh, who cares about Ryu right now?
Oh, they slid the Ryu IL news in the greasiest way possible.
Yeah.